Down goes Chipotle. And many of the foreigners on X who are pretending to be Americans are positioning this as the American consumer is out of money and they no longer go to Chipotle. I saw a couple hot takes about this, and yes, bad news for Chipotle, but double-edged sword. I get to expose what are some more obvious foreign bots. I live in America. I know the Chipotle meme, right? Like, Chipotle is garbage tier food. They have a freaking E. coli breakout every 2 or 3 times a year, it seems like. And that was fine when it was $4 or $5 for a burrito. But then things started to happen, and those same garbage burritos started costing $12, $13. And so normal people, like, anybody else, just said, yo, I'm cool. I'm good on that garbage burrito for $12. I'm good on that. And now everyone's trying to spin this into the American economy spiraling. But again, they're foreign bots, in my opinion. Let's look into this. By the way, you know who's not a foreign bot? My coffee company, Coffee Brand Coffee. You can find all of our products at CBC. That's Charlie Bravo Charlie, CBC, Amazon.com. Our entire lineup is now available for free overnight shipping there. And our fall selection is in. It's getting checked in right now. It'll be shipping by the first week in November, so you can pre-order that. Our gingerbread K-Cups are in stock. And our strawberries and cream butterscotch toffee K-Cups are in stock. All of our whole bean and grounds all there. So hopefully you'll check that out and support a company that doesn't give you the Hershey squirts. Now, Chipotle cuts outlook for third time in 2025 on weak traffic. Chipotle stocks plunge 13% as chain lowers sales forecast, says younger diners are cutting back. So, of course, the left and their paid shill bots are out here saying, well, this must be bad for the economy. This is a sign that the economy is bad. No, it's a sign that their food is bad. The American populace, no matter how good or bad things have gone in my life, I've always been basically the same guy. I like Qdoba, Chipotle, fast food, faster food stuff like Culver's. I don't care if I made $50 million tomorrow. I still eat the same way. And I die at 57 from a heart attack. This is my path. This is where I'm going in life. I've made my peace with it. Trying to lose weight, trying to be better. But, for the most part, this is who I am. I know the deal with Chipotle. Their food is garbage. And their prices are insane. This is not the economy plunging. This is not Gen Z, right? Chipotle struggles as low income and young consumers pull back. Brother, this is not about them being Gen Z. This is not about them being low income. This is about your garbage tier food tripling in price over the past 5 years. And people are tired of it. People are eating at home. People are getting more empowered to make their own food. And if you went to, at one point Chipotle and, to be honest, even Qdoba, right? At one point, a Qdoba quesadilla was like $3, $4, $5. And it was leagues above Taco Bell, which is how everyone started to love Qdoba. Like, oh my God, this is great. I can get a protein bowl. I can do this. And it's only a little bit more expensive than Taco Bell. But then you start going to Chipotle, you want a bowl, double meat. It's like $15. And people started saying like, well, that's crazy. $15, $20 eat at Qdoba with some guy who hates me, probably wants to stab me on the way to the parking lot and steal my cell phone, who hasn't washed his hands and has, dandruff falling of his hair into my Qdoba, into my burrito. They hire the most garbage tier staff. Their portions have gotten hilariously small. I don't remember if it was Qdoba or Chipotle, where there was like this viral meme about people asking for like extra sour cream or extra whatever. The real reason that Qdoba has fallen off is because their food was never that good in the first place. People just hated it because it was cheap. Then COVID came around, and just like McDonald's, just like Wendy's, just like Arby's, just like Burger King, they started taking advantage of the American consumer. And it worked. During COVID, 2020, 2021, 2022, people got used to door dashing their Qdoba. Do you know what the average cost like DoorDash Qdoba for a family is? Like $60. You could go to an actual Mexican restaurant and pay that same amount of money and get twice the food. That's what happened to Qdoba. It is not Gen Z's fault. It is not low income people's fault. It's people saying like, yo, I'm tired of getting booty busted by these companies that have garbage tier food. And then you have these like foreign bots, by the way, like this guy, Spencer Hakimian, who's supposedly from New York, founder of Tulu Capital Management, tweeting, breaking, Chipotle collapsed after reporting horrible earnings today. The consumer is out of money, right? 2.1 thousand likes. Their stock is down 1%. That's not collapsing. Okay. It's down 1%, collapsed. And then of course I replied, what country are you from? And they never replied. So I quote tweeted this foreigner and I said, the consumer is not out of money. They are fatigued by being ripped off ever since COVID. It took a while, but people realized they were paying 500% more for garbage food made by somebody who hates them, rather than just making it at home or going to a non-fast food joint. So then this foreigner bot immediately replies to my tweet saying, exactly. Wait a minute now, Spencer. I quote tweeted you, and you said that the consumer's out of money. I said the consumer's not out of money, and you instantly replied and said, exactly. So of course I replied, wait, you were the one that wrote the consumer's out of money though. What country are you from? Do you think they replied to this? Nope. Nope. Just another foreign bot, monetized, spreading divisive fear prawn for profit on X. Now, if I go to Google and I look at Chipotle, I'm sure their stock is down, right? Right? It's down 1%. 1%. Is that collapsing? I don't think so. Now, if you look at after hours, it's down 16.5%. Is that collapsing? It's not good. If we look at the last month, though, they were at 38.97 on October 1st, just 28 days ago, and now they're down at 39.76. So they're still up for October. They're still up for October. Year to date, things really got bad back in July. If you want to talk about it collapsing, July was at $52, or actually in early July, it was at $58. Now it's at $41. This is not a consumer doesn't have money problem. This is we have all collectively got tired of getting BF'd by garbage tier food. I've talked about this before. Look at McDonald's. The Egg McMuffin at McDonald's. You know what that costs now on average across the country? Just a single Egg McMuffin. Pause the video and leave your comment down below. If you might know because you probably already followed my videos. A single Egg McMuffin, not the meal, an Egg McMuffin is over $9 at McDonald's. $9. What is an Egg McMuffin? An English muffin and an egg. Oh, and a piece of sausage, right? Now, where I live, the Egg McMuffins are about $6. So obviously the average, right, somewhere else, somewhere around, some places must be $12. Some, you know what I mean? Like that's the way averages go. And a slice of cheese, right? So if I just look at like dozen eggs price, okay, $1.97, okay, or if I get roundies, it's $2. Let's call it $1 an egg. I know I'm rounding down a little bit, but $1 an egg, okay, English muffin, okay, an English muffin. Let's go under shopping. I don't need gluten-free. It's certainly not gluten-free. Here, these Thomas English muffins, they are about, well, you get 6 for $3. So even we round up and say that's $1. So I offset the eggs, right? $1 for the egg, overpriced. $1 for the English muffin, underpriced. Sausage patty. Jimmy Dean's fully cooked. 8 of them for $5. Okay. Here's 8 of them for $4. Let's call them 50 cents for the sausage patty. So now we're at $2.50 to make it at home. Slice of cheese, a nickel, 10 cents. So like, if $1 an egg, 12 for $2, I'm sorry, 50 cents an egg. 50 cents an egg. 50 cents an egg. Check that. 75 cents an egg. 50 cents for the piece of sausage. So to make an Egg McMuffin at home, I'm doing very bad off the top of the head math because I wasn't prepared for this. But to make an Egg McMuffin at home would probably be $2, $2 to $3. And if you made a dozen of them at a time, it would be even cheaper. McDonald's charges $9. If you go to Costco, you can get 24 grade A, AA, brown organic eggs for $8. Okay, so if you shop at Costco, it's even cheaper. If you shop at Costco, you're making an Egg McMuffin for $2. Right? Even if again, it's hot and ready, it's McDonald's, you're going through a drive-thru, you're paying for someone to cook it for you. I understand all that. But I'm just saying that Americans have said, we're not paying $12 for a Chipotle burrito anymore. I don't know what Chipotle, let me see what they call, let me see here. Chipotle. Helicopters flying overhead right now. It's great living in the middle of nowhere, but I'm also on the flight line. So let's take chicken, not steak, right? Let's pick Milwaukee. Here, let's take the Ogden. Let's do pickup. A chicken burrito is $9. That's before I add anything to it. Oh, you want rice? Okay, cool. Add that. I assume you had black beans, right? Do I want, let's just pick one thing. Like, okay, well, everyone wants sour cream and cheese, right? But let's say I want some guacamole too. Okay. Double wrap? No, we won't pay for that. That seems, do you want chips? Let's just say let's not do any sides. Let's not do any sides. Okay. Chips, no drink. Well, you got to get a drink. Otherwise, it's not really a meal, is it? So we'll just do a fountain drink. Okay, so just a burrito and a soda that cost them 10 cents. Give this meal a name. Butt stuff. Okay, save. $15 for a burrito and a 22-ounce fountain drink. That's crazy. That's why Chipotle is having a problem. It's not because people don't have the money. It's that people say, I don't see value in this anymore. I could go get and it's not even like, this is evident when you look at like what young people are doing with food trucks or other stuff like that. Like, people are 110% fine going to a food truck and paying the same amount, but it's a local guy or girl. They're making your food for you fresh on demand. It probably is better ingredients. And even if it's the same price, people are fine with it. The era of Chipotle, Qdoba, these like fake fancy fast food places is over. It has nothing to do with people's available money and everything to do with the value and how they've taken advantage of us over the past 5 years. That's the truth.